Hello again everyone, this is Trebus with D3 Noob School, and this is just going to be a short video talking about how runes are going to work in Diablo 3. Now if you haven't been following the scene and you played Diablo 2, throw away everything you know about runes for Diablo 2. They actually work entirely different in Diablo 3. So they're actually going to be placed into skills as opposed to items, and each rune you put in will drastically change whatever that active skill is. So as an example, if you put a golden rune inside of the thrown weapon ability, that's a barbarian ability, instead of throwing a weapon, the barbarian will throw a corpse. Now what that actually means, whether the corpse is going to do, splash damage or poison damage, or whether you can, bait zombies with it or something, we're not entirely sure, but you can see it's definitely a pretty large divergence from the original skill. Unlike gems and runes in Diablo 2, they're also going to be easily socketable and unsocketable. So there's going to be just a small cost for taking them in and out, and that encourages you to play around with them and change your skills quite frequently. And as well, every single rune will work in every single skill, so this creates a lot of different combinations you can make when you're building your character. And then also, similar to the quality level of gems in Diablo 2, there will be 7 levels of rarity or quality for the runes in Diablo 3. That won't actually change the effect, it will just change the effectiveness of the effect. There will be 5 different types or flavors of runes, however you want to say, and each of them kind of has a theme to how it's going to work. Well, some of them do. Like for instance, the Crimson Rune is mostly going to add either a damage bonus or a fire aspect of it. So like for Plague of Toads, it's going to add fire damage to the Toads effect. Indigo tends to do something like multi-shot, splitting your attack into multiple attacks, and for Poison Dart, obviously it's firing multiple darts. Obsidian is a little different. We're not exactly sure if it's going to have any type of pattern yet. What we do know that the Obsidian does is kind of random. It doesn't really have a theme. So like for the Hydra skill, it adds a splashing poison damage. The Golden Rune tends to affect the cost of whatever you're doing. So like for Poison Darts, it'll steal mana, or for another skill it might reduce the cost of it, or something like that. And then the Alabaster Rune is kind of like Obsidian. There's no real known effect that it's going to have across multiple skills. So like in Plague of Toads, it's going to blind enemies. So that's kind of just a random effect. The next little slide you're going to see are going to be 4 different skills that we know the effects of all the runes on. If you want, you can just pause those and look at them yourself. And then after that, I'm just going to roll a clip from, I believe this was actually from 2008, some developer conference where Blizzard was actually showing off the runes. I apologize for the quality, but there is some good information in there. But also take note, they've changed the names of the runes since they did this video, but you can go find the equivalent runes online if you are so curious. Alright, enjoy the rest.
So here's teleport, base teleport. Just lets you jump around. It's very similar to the D2 skill, very useful to get away from stuff. So this is teleport with striking rune, and essentially this allows you to do damage to whatever you teleport near. And it actually turns teleport into an offensive skill instead of a defensive one. So, and then teleport with, do we have a third teleport? Yeah, multi-strike. So teleport with multi-strike, essentially, everybody see the Star Trek where Kirk splits into good Kirk and bad Kirk after the teleporter, after the transporter accident? It's kind of that idea. Once you teleport, you split into images of yourself, and those images are illusions that distract monsters. So it's cool ways that you can kind of make teleport act a little differently. Go ahead. There we go. So Skull of Flame, the Witch Doctor skill. So base one, pretty awesome. You throw it, blows things up. Everybody likes explosions is what we found. You all like explosions, right? Yeah. We have our finger on the pulse of the Diablo audience. So Skull of Flame with multi-strike bounces. And the cool thing is the further away you throw it, the longer the bounce. So it really has cool gameplay to it. So Power Rune actually leaves burning areas on the ground that you can have monsters walk through and take additional damage. So this system really got us what we wanted, which was a skill looks different every time with every player who uses it based on what the players like out of that skill. So here we have basic Electrocute. This is kind of the last skill rune that we're going to show. So basic Electrocute, it's cool. It electrocutes things. But once you put in I believe the first one is a multi-strike. This really ups the chain lightning aspect of the skill. So, and the last is a lethality rune. Lethality rune essentially blows people up.